Oh, here's the other thing he did yesterday. He said Columbus Day is back, baby. This is what
Yeah.
Trump tweeted or whatever his social media. He said he's bringing it back from the ashes, and he will not be acknowledging Indigenous Peoples Day at all.
Experience Karen Hunter in a completely different way. Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're going to love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of The Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. So check out the podcast. Wherever you get your podcast, you will not be disappointed. Canada apparently was influenced by our first 100 days.
Love that.
They said, wait a minute, this is what could happen. All right, they got their asses out. They voted. They put in Mark Carney because the other guy was pro-Trump, and they were like, hell no, we're not doing that. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney said his country will never yield to the United States, and he declared victory last night following the campaign that was overshadowed by this relentless these trade tariffs imposed by Trump. The Liberal Party leader, Mark Carney, issued a stunning rebuke to Trump as he sent a message of unity to a divided nation, promising to represent everyone who calls Canada home. Can we call Canada home, sir? I know I'm just asking for a friend. We're going to talk a little bit about where we could go this hour, by the way. This is what Mark Carney said. He said, as I have been warning for months, America wants our land, our resources, our water, our country. But these are not idle threats.
By the way, let me just say, you are giving more performance to the words this man says than he does. You are giving more. Have you seen this man speak?
Listen.
He makes toast fall asleep, and that's what Canada was like. We need
this
guy.
This is I'm gonna say I would like some toast.
I would
falls
like toast
asleep
too.
Right now.
I'm just saying.
Yes,
I'm just trying to be accurate.
Yeah.
You're giving him a lot.
I'm giving
a lot.
It's all imagination. Y'all don't live there. You don't know what this man sounds like. He could sound like this. I feel like, as I've been warning you for months, President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. That's what he said. Carney said. And he said that will never, ever happen.
He also said the old relationship with the United States as a steady integration for time or something like that is over. The time of the global trade.
Wait, pause. Say it the way he would say it.
I don't know. The time that we have spent with America as a partner in our security is over.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, so who's to the north of Canada? Just give me a map really quickly. Do they have anybody?
The Arctic.
Okay. So I'm saying, like, not like we coming in on the north end.
Definitely not.
Well, we got drones though. All right. Let me just move on. So much going on. We ain't talking about the droning of what is it?
Just one note on that though. What I think is instructive though is that the conservative was going to win as of like 30 days ago. And so this is what's really that if people want to double click on something, what's happening does make a difference. I know it's like bleak out there, but he is so bad that it is moving voters to go in another direction across the world. And so it is all backfiring on him right now.
So here's my question. We all, those of us, 92%, 80% that went out to vote, a lot of us read parts or all of the 900 plus pages of Project 2025. And we believe that this is something that people wanted to execute because this is not the first, second, or third iteration of such project. It just added more pages on to previous projects dating all the way back to after Reconstruction, right? So they've been planning this for a long time. This is what it looks like to have a long-term plan. So I believe that they were going to do what they said they were going to do. Okay.
Yeah.
So my question is, now that we're here, why all the surprise? This is what they said they were going to do. I don't get the surprise.
Actually, what he's doing is more chaotic than Project 2025. If you look at even like the economic policies, they are just as draconian. But what Trump is doing is like doing a thing on Monday, changing it on Wednesday, doing something even different on Friday. And even the most conservative economists, the most conservative that are very pro a high tariff, are like, this is not how you do it. So his own chaos that he brings, his own inability to actually stand on anything other than self-interest and his own popularity has actually destroyed his own kind of like Project 2025 movement in and of itself.
Okay, again, 6 times bankrupt. This is how this man conducts business. Why are you surprised? Like anybody that's been paying attention, you go bankrupt 6 times. This is the way that you do business. This is not an anomaly or an accident. This is your business practice. I'm going to promise something, and then I'm not going to give you, and then I'm going to use the courts to stonewall you and stall, and then I'm going to file for bankruptcy so I never have to pay any of the debt that I signed my name to promise to pay. This is how he gets down, whether it's in marriage or in business. This is a man that is a perpetual, habitual liar and a 34-time convicted felon and adjudicated sex offender. Okay. The first 100 days, it feels like it's been 100 years that we've been under this rule, and people are scared, right? Folk are scared. Lisa Murkowski, whatever the hell. She's Susan Smith or Susan Collins or whatever, shaky ass lady from Maine. Y'all are just stupid. You're stupid, right?
Yeah.
And now people are actually showing up to the folks. Chuck Grassley, Republicans are having their asses handed to them. Marjorie Taylor Greene, the Republicans, the people are showing up because they're mad. But y'all voted for this. I didn't play this. This clip came out a couple of weeks ago, but I want to set the table because I'm going to play a bunch of clips. She said that she's scared. Senator Murkowski from one of the most dangerous states in this country. That's a fact. Alaska has one of the most dangerous cities, Anchorage, in this country. More dangerous than Chicago and Detroit. And we should say that every time we mention Alaska. The crime in Alaska is horrific. No one talks about it. It's in the top 10 most dangerous states in our union. Play what she said. What is she doing? Say what? Yeah, they're there. Yes, that. Yeah. And Sarah Palin's family, her whole family. Play it, Smith.
What do you have to say to people who are afraid? Or who represent people who are afraid? We are all afraid. Okay. It's quite a statement. But we are, we're in a time and a place where I don't know, I certainly have not been here before. And I'll tell you, I'm oftentimes very anxious myself about using my voice, because retaliation is real, and that's not right. But that's what you've asked me to do, and so I'm going to use my voice to the best of my ability, and sometimes it will be viewed in a way that, well, that's pretty confrontational. And other times it's going to be using my mother's charm that I learned as a young girl, and in direct communication with those that I have made relationships with, and am able to affect some change that way. And I've got to figure out how I can do my best to help the many who are so anxious and are so afraid.
But how's that working out for you?
It's not. She's such a coward. You're such a coward, Lisa Murkowski. By the way, for those of you who are questioning me saying Alaska is one of the most dangerous states in our union, just so you know, according to the statistics, Alaska, compared to the national crime rate, Alaska's aggravated assaults were 6.7 times higher than the national average. 6.7 times higher than the national average. More dangerous than Chicago. More dangerous than Baltimore, which is now not even in the top nothing. Shout out to Baltimore. More dangerous than Detroit. More dangerous than Newark, Alaska, New Jersey. Maybe not as smelly, but we're here. 866-801-8255. So here we are. Tariffs, first 100 days. Here's what's interesting, Sina Gasnaby and everyone else listening. Fox had a little, they had baby Goebbels, what's his name? Stephen Miller.
Oh, yeah.
So he's on touting all of the horrible things they're doing. And they had a graphic.
Oh, yeah.
The graphic said, it said Trump's accomplishments, first 100 days, Trump's accomplishments. This is from the actual, I took a picture of the graphic. These are the three things Stephen Miller was on there celebrating. Number one, declassified JFK files.
Oh my God, we were all waiting for that.
What came out of that? That was
my eggs are cheaper.
Okay. What? Okay. All right. Thanks, Miss. Declassified JFK files. Number two, ended federal support of paper straws. This is an actual. I feel like I'm being punked here. Was this real?
That's real.
And number three, ended the production of the penny. Those are the three major accomplishments that they were out there touting. What did he actually do during these last 100 days? Well, he promised cuts. He put Elon Musk, who also is a very Trump-like person who runs companies into the ground, and countries apparently, head of Doge out here saving money, cutting people that we need, like folk that, check our food, people that check airplanes, just go firing government workers willy-nilly. What happened to the HR department that we need to, they're all fired. Then you have to rehire them. But we pay him $8 million a day. I think our taxpayer dollars go to fund welfare for Elon Musk. And he's come in, Social Security, I'm going to go find all of the scam. And there's no scam, But this is what actually happened. Instead of saving money, the United States has spent $220 billion more in the first 100 years of Trump than the first 100 years of the last Biden administration. All right, 220. Excuse me, what?
100 days, yeah.
100 days. Oh, it feels like 100 years.
I promise you. No, that's
not even
true.
Freudian.
Yeah, that's emotionally true for sure.
Thank
this
you.
is Musk and Doge will cost the American taxpayer more money. At the end of the day, it will cost more money because you're going to have to rehire these people. And guess what? I'm going to go on a limb here because we live in a capitalist country. They're going to want more money when you hire them as contractors. So we have to pay them more money to come back. And then all this other. And I don't know if people know the shell game that they did on Social Security where they tried to say all these dead people and stuff like that? There were two parts of this. This is what Trump did at the State of the Union. He said these dead people were 150 years and stuff like that. It is true that when you die, let's say you die on day 1, on day 2, the Social Security Administration still thinks you're alive. Until it gets processed, right? You're still in the Social Security database, right? Then when the Social Security administration finds your death certificate, they say, okay, you're dead. You know what they do? They claw the money back if they sent you a check. This happens, okay? And you know what they don't do sometimes? They forget to clear the database. But what they never forget to do is to get that money.
Their money back.
They always get the money. And so Trump and Musk kept talking about what was in the database because that's all they were looking at. But they fired all the people that would have said, hey, we went and got that money.
Right. How much of this chaos is, I feel like this is all on purpose, right? So to your point, it's as long as people are they don't know how to settle in. Like they're people, do I have a job? Don't I have a job? If I show up, I was even concerned about paying my taxes because I'm like, where's the money going? Biden had hired a bunch of IRS people to go after the rich who aren't paying their taxes. And this guy executive orders and gets rid of and then comes in and fires all of the new IRS hires. So I'm like, if I pay and they say I didn't pay, so I'm like super anal, taking pictures and screenshots and bank,
Why pay though?
That's what I was saying.
There's no one there.
Who would know? Who would know?
Who's going?
I feel like my black ass is on the list. I ain't playing with them. They're not gonna hit me up at Whole Foods.
I'm telling you, that list, got lost. I'm telling you, if you were
You
on
think-
a list before,
You think so?
How are they
They
going
don't
to
know
find
where it
that
is?
list?
Okay, I don't
can't
trust
do
it.
any-
I'm still black.
This is, I mean, though honestly, there's probably another black woman named Karen Hunter that they'll probably
That
audit
is true.
by accident.
That is true. That's true. I know at least two. And they live in Jersey. As a matter of fact, one goes to my gym.
Getting audited.
Yes. Do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. 866-801-8255. So that is actually, is what is happening. The first 100 days. Today, Pete Hegseth. We know that Pete Hegseth was on Signal not once but twice, giving out government secrets and military moves.
Yeah.
Right. And he still has a job. So that happened. Like, you and I do that, we are fired. Me and you, we are fired. He is still. And then today, he's not only not fired. This is what he tweeted out this morning. This is how dumb he is. I proudly ended the Women, Peace, and Security WPS program inside the Department of Defense. WPS is yet another woke. Stop using the word you don't even know the definition of, you ignoramus. Divisive social justice Biden initiative that overburdens our commanders and troops, distracting from our core task, which is what? War fighting. War fighting. Who uses war fighting like that? WPS is United Nations all caps program pushed by feminists and left-wing activists. Politicians fawn over it. Troops hate it. DOD will hereby executive the minimum. Executive the minimum. What the hell is executive the minimum of WPS required by statute and fight to end? This is like bad. I literally cut and pasted his tweet. This is incoherent, sir. He said, good riddance, not even a comma. Good riddance, WPS. You need a comma there. You ain't even use ChatGPT or some sort of some AI to help you write. And then he says, this is what he said, good riddance. WPS was started by Trump. Trump was the one that this is his program.
It's his program. And
oh
Ivanka Trump championed it. And Marco Rubio co-sponsored the bill to pass it.
Yo, this is crazy.
We covered Signalgate, by the way, and Pete Hegseth almost every week on the Foreign Report. We're crushing Pete Hegseth, and we're going to do it again this week. We're on Signalgate 3.0 right now.
Okay, thank you.
Every
check
week
that
we're
out.
going after this guy.
Please check it out. Check it out, the Foreign Report. Sharon Brown, we are live. How the hell? Does this not sound live to you? Is this thing on? Why would you think we're not live? She's in Nubia. Is this live? Yes, it's live.
Yeah.
Why would we not be live
now,
today?
Sharon Brown.
Yeah, shoot. What's she talking about? Oh, here's the other thing he did yesterday. He said Columbus Day is back, baby. This is what Trump tweeted or whatever his social media. He said he's bringing it back from the ashes, and he will not be acknowledging Indigenous Peoples Day at all. And, did we mention he deported citizens, including children with cancer?
Children with cancer.
Children with cancer that need their medicine, like stage 4 cancer. Children who are 2 and several months old.
All the pro-life people that say the Constitution defends life, defends the unborn, should be up in arms right now. They should be losing their minds because the Constitution definitely defends that kid, no matter what, if the mom wanted to take her out of the country or not. That kid did not get deported, those kids.
They fought for Elian Gonzalez to be here. Remember him? He wasn't even a citizen. Boy, they were fighting to keep that child here. His parents were like, nah, bring him back. But here's my question. Why aren't they fighting for the life of these babies? I saw a 2-year-old in court. I was like, the child can barely talk. Y'all got him hemmed up in court for what? Like, this is wild.
They don't care or they are too scared. And those are the two big reasons. Their fear, even amongst those Republicans, is palpable. Because they all, if you hear any one of these inside the Beltway people, they're like, well, these Republicans keep calling me and tell me they aren't happy. They don't like what's going on. But then they go on the news and they go on their social media and they say, I love what the president's doing. We got to stand by the president. No, it's going to be a wrap for them.
Experience Karen Hunter in a completely different way. Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is Awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power, a 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. So check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.